Okay guys, so very quick I'm going to do this lesson on exponent rules and practice. So I'm going to go through those rules with you. So you guys, wait a minute. Yeah, there you go. So the first rule is it goes like the product rule. So the product rule is when you have two exponents, x to the third power and x to the eighth power. The rule says you when you multiplying these two exponents, you add the powers. So 3 plus 8 is 11. So same here, 2 to the power 4 to the power 6. When you add 4 plus 2, you get 6. So 2 to the power 2, 4 and 2 to the power 2, 4 plus 2 is 6. Here is a kind of little difficult because you have to match base has to be same. So x and x only powers can be added. So 2 and 3 can be added, which gives you 5. And then y and y has to be base has to be same, but y does not have a power, so that what we call is 1. So 1 plus 4 is 5. When you come to quotient rule, you have x to the power m over x to the power m. Quotient means divide. So when you're dividing two exponents, the basis has to be same. The basis has to be same, right? So when you write the base and then you subtract the exponents. So here you have x to the power m, so you subtract, you get x to the power m minus n. In this case, number eight, first one, you got 5 and 2. So when you subtract 5 minus 2, you get 3. So really you are doing this. So in this case, bases are same. So we do 5 minus 3, we get 2. It gets a little complicated in this case because x to the power 2 and x to the power 1. There's no power means 1. So I'm going to put a 1. Try to put 1 in here. And then you subtract, for x you subtract 2 minus 1. So you get x to the power 1. So only write x once. Then you get y, and that is 5 and minus 3. So you get 5 to the power 2. So that's why your answer is xy square. The third rule is zero exponent rule. The zero means any base except 0 when raised to power 0 is always equal to 1. So if you have 100 and you raise to power 0 is 1. If you have 1000, you raise to power 0 is still 1. So here the examples are y to power 0 is 1, 6 to power 0 is 1, all this to power 0 is also 1. Doesn't matter because each one separately, 7 and a and b could be 1. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. The third rule is power rule. The power rule is when you have power inside and power outside. So to raise to power to another power, we multiply the powers. So 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 2 is 10. Okay. So this is kind of a extension of the rules, the power rule, because there are two numbers inside, 2 and a, and 2 and a can be expanded. So it could be 2 to the power 3 and a to the power 3. When 2 to the power 3 means 2 to the power 3 means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 times 2 is 4, and then 4 times 2 is give you 8. So answer would be 8. So you have to be careful when you use this. Let me erase that because you have that in the video, so you can go back and watch it. So this is the expansion. This is also expansion because of division. So this m is separated to the numerator and to the denominator. So if you go to C, you see 4 times 2, we use the power rule to write 8, and 4 times 1 because y has 1 power, so 4 times 1 is 4, so that is 4. So erase it so you can see it, what happened. So you see 4 times 2 and 4 times 2 is 8, and so is 4 times 1 is 4. So you can see that. So this is your 5 power rules. I should have few more down here. Yes. So we have negative exponents rules. That means whenever you have a negative exponent, you if your factor of the numerator is denominator is moved across the fraction bar, the sign of exponent change. So negative 3 became positive 3. Negative 2 became positive 2. And 4 to the power 2 is 16. But if you look at this negative 4, that does not become positive. So that negative 4 stays same. X to the 5 stays same. But y square is negative power, so it goes to the denominator and becomes positive. In this question here, we will have to distribute first. This negative 3 will multiply by 2 and negative 3 multiply by 1. Or we can flip the whole thing and we can get this. Because I think other way around is easier than the way it's written here. Um, because if I had, so let me do that. Let me do that very quick. So if I had distributed these, so then I will get x to the power negative 6 over y to the power negative 3. So if the power is negative, I can move it to the bottom of the denominator fraction line to the numerator become positive. And since my y3, y to the power negative 3 can move to the numerator, so it becomes y to the positive 3. So that's why your answer is y to the power positive 3 over y to the power positive 6. Let me erase that part. So moving on now, I would like to share this question with you very quick because here you see the a is negative 2, it become positive. B positive 3 stays same. C negative 4 becomes C positive 4. D negative become D positive D. So you can always go back and rewind and look at, but I raised it already so you can see what I'm talking about. So a square come down here, it become positive. C to the power negative 4 goes to numerator, become positive, and D negative 1 goes to numerator, we got positive. So there's a reminder at the bottom that negative 3, when you multiply negative 3 times negative 3, you get 9. But negative 3 squared, when there's no parentheses, that means only 3 is squared. So make sure that you understand the difference between these two. There is a parenthesis, so that means both are squared, and there is no parenthesis, that means only 3 is squared, not the negative. So it's not negative, it's 3 times 3. It's not negative 3 times negative 3, and that's why answer is negative 9. A lot of kids make those mistakes. So I hope you understand and try to work on the worksheet I have attached here. You can always look at this video and then try to do the problems. Good luck.